My name is Margaret Jaramillo, and I'm from Isleta Pueblo, New Mexico. I come from a family of 3 siblings. I have 2 older brothers and myself, and of course my mom and my dad. And my dad was basically a farmer and a rancher, and my mom was a homemaker. And with that, she raised us kids. She did the baking, she did canning, and she also had a large garden. So today we basically bake the traditional Indian bread along with the Indian pies and cookies. And with the ovens that are outside that we baked in today, those are her ovens that she also built. When we're preparing our dough, it's a 2-day process. We usually start the evening before, maybe about 7:30, and we mix our dough with our flour and the other ingredients that go in it and a yeast to make it rise. We let it stand overnight so that the dough will rise. And then the next morning at sunrise, maybe about 5:30, 6 o'clock, then we go ahead and cut the dough into small rolls, I guess, and let that rise. And then once they've risen, then we go ahead and get them, and then we go ahead and make the dough into the bread, where we can cut them or shape them accordingly. My mom was a perfectionist, so I always was very nervous because I always felt that I wasn't doing it right. I'd say, am I doing it okay? Am I doing it? She was like, no. But I think she was just really wanting me to learn and making sure that I was paying attention and doing things. With the bread, she used to say that if it starts to pop when you're kneading it, and also forms little bubbles in the dough, that you've kneaded your bread really good. You've made your bread really good. When we're preparing to bake, we go ahead and heat the ovens up, and we usually use the wood, whether it be cedar or wood from the mountains. We make a fire in there, and we let that burn and heat up the whole oven from the bottom to the top of the oven. And after the coals die down and we allow our bread to rise, then we go ahead and go outside to the oven. We go ahead and clear the oven of the ashes or the coals that are left, and then we damp mop it and we test it with newspaper. And depending on the color of the newspaper, then we go ahead and put in our bread. We bake it for at least 45 minutes to 50 minutes, depending on the temperature. So we check it every once in a while. We close up the door and allow it to cook. The younger generation aren't really interested, it seems like. And it's important to carry this on because one day this is going to be a lost art. When she'd be cooking, she would be teaching me. Like, there was times when we get ready during All Souls, and she would tell me how to prepare a dish, whether it be chili or chicken and rice. And again, like I said, she'd always just be happy and she'd be laughing. She could be making something and I'd be making another dish, but she'd be explaining to me and then telling me stories of long time ago and of the day itself and stories that she had encountered from when she was a child. I'd ask her about it, and she'd always tell me, watch and learn, watch and learn. And I used to get upset because I felt, why aren't you telling me? Why don't you just tell me how to do things? And she was always saying, watch and learn. And now that I'm this age, I understand why she said watch and learn. Because if she just told me, I wouldn't pay attention today. And now that she said watch and learn, I watched, I learned, and now I know how to do a lot of things. And she's gone now, and I carry a lot of that with me now. To this day, I hear her telling me just little tidbits of what she used to say, or her advice, or just her laugh, and it makes me feel happy. It makes me feel happy again. I feel like I have her right there with me and close in my heart. So she was always a good person. She learned a lot. I think she learned some of it from her neighbor, and she learned things from her mother. And she just, I guess, through trial and error, learned a lot. My mom used to say, have a good heart and be happy, and your food will come out good.